right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, great millstone who will teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel of the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at through the spirit with another lesson. And this is about the oncoming war that's about to happen in Chicago between the normal city gangs and the Venezuelan gangs that are now in Chicago. But we all know that, those that are in the know, we know that this was a setup. So like it from the very beginning, okay? So we can go to 2 Corinthians 10, and we're going to start at verse, and we're going to read verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Now, we do know that this whole thing with the immigration and the men from Venezuela that's been coming over here to, various states, we know that that's a setup. That's a setup. The one, because they want the votes, and two, they want to destabilize these areas. And they want to cause a lot of infighting. That's why all of these things are openly happening. Like, for instance, the people of Chicago, they openly know that these people, these Venezuelans that's come over, they have access to resources that they don't have access to. Okay? So that's open. So now there's a level of envy and jealousy amongst the people. Because they're not getting those same benefits that these migrants have been getting since they've been over here. Okay? So Jake is getting shitted on while these people that just came over from, from Venezuela and other parts of the world are getting all these benefits. So we know that's to stir things up. That's to stir the pot, so to speak, okay, and get things going. So I have a video because now you got Jake this lashing out because it's about to reach a head, and you're gonna start hearing about a lot of wars. Now, you ever, in my opinion, this might cause a lot of Jake to unify because they're gonna have a common enemy now that they're going outside of Esau, okay? That's right there in front of them. And, Jake's scared of Esau, but Jake ain't really scared of too many other people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And now that they see that their bread and butter is being taken away and they just blatantly getting disrespected right in front of them, Jake's starting to lash out. So without further ado, I'm going to play this video. And it kind of goes into it. So, yeah.
A migrant is dead after a shooting outside the Gage Park facility. Alderman Ray Lopez confirmed the 28-year-old man died from his injuries. Police say he was on the sidewalk when an unknown car pulled up and someone inside that car fired shots at the man, hitting him in the head. The alderman says the man was the intended target.
To all Venezuelans in Chicago, this is the warning. If you ain't on no bullshit, stay neutral. Somebody please translate. Stay neutral. If you know somebody that's in your building on bullshit, don't let them run in that building, and don't let nobody see them run in that building. Because once word get out that that's the building that they in, they gonna chop that bitch down. Whatever building, the abandoned building y'all occupying and all that shit, yeah, you better get your food and just stay in the house. Because they come out doing some bullshit, y'all gonna regret that. You're gonna really regret that. So, I don't speak Spanish, so somebody need to translate. I hope they got TikTok that translate, I guess. They can kind of make me seem like I'm speaking Spanish. But anyway, take this like a grain of salt if you like. But this ain't Colorado. This ain't Utah. This ain't none of them places. This is just like where you from. The only difference is y'all use a lot of handgun, old revolvers, and machetes and shit. We got switches. If you're not familiar with what a switch is, we will show you. We don't really be with all the telling and shit. But we will definitely show you what a switch is. So, again, somebody translate. Yeah. Make this known.
You can't see that this is a setup from the beginning, that this whole thing was created to cause a war, because that's exactly what it's doing. You know, then you're blind. So I'm going to read that again. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 11. It says, "Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." You see? So you shouldn't be ignorant of what the devil is doing. All right? It should be clear to you what these Edomites that are in power are stirring up. Okay? They're putting things into play, putting laws into play, mischievous laws. And that's what leads me to my next precept. This is Psalms 94 and 20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?" You see, they put certain legislation into place. Okay, they put certain legislation into place and bring these things into light to oppress one people while they prop up another people, so that they can cause division between those two people, so they can come afterward and take over that area. And that's exactly what the so-called white man has been doing, all right, with his legislation. I'm gonna get another precept. This is Isaiah 30. No, it's not. I think it's 10. Yeah, this is Isaiah 10. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Okay, so all of these decrees are unrighteous because they're not balanced. All right, your own people of your own nation, you're starving out while you're bringing in people from another nation and giving them all the necessities that you should be giving to your own people. You're doing this to cause strife and envy between the two. All right, and this is done on purpose. It's called divide and conquer. All right. Verse 2, it says, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. You see, so Esau Edom he's plunging toward this civil war by robbing the needy. Okay, the poor of the people, because it's only Israelites that's mostly being affected by this, because all of these people are getting dumped into Jake neighborhoods. All right. Now, of course, you got places like Colorado where you have some the Edomites that are being affected, but places like Chicago, that's Jake. All right, and they're being dumped in the heart of that area. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to Second Ezra. Now we always get this precept, but it's coming into fruition right now. All right, and eventually all of these things are going to come to a head, and Esau going to lose control of this shit. All right, he cannot control this. He's not Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, he's not the father of spirits. All right. All right, Second Ezra is 15. And I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, "For there should be sedition among men." Okay? Sedition. They're going to turn against those people that put them there. They're going to say, "No, we're not listening to you either." And it says, actually, let me go back to 15. It says, "For the sword," 2 Ezra 15 and 15, "For the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight up against another with swords in their hands." And the modern day sword is the gun. And you just heard my man in the video say that we got switches, okay, which is basically a semi-automatic a gun. All right, we're not fighting. So you got two different groups of people that are now about to be fighting against one another. And it says, "For there should be sedition among men." Okay, now when you go into this word sedition, let's go into it. It says, sedition, conduct or language inciting rebellion against the authority of state, insurrection, rebellion. So, these people that were put there by the state, they're going to turn against the state. Okay? They're going to turn against those people that put them there. Okay? That's what's going to happen. So Esau is going to lose control. Going back to 2nd Ezra, it says, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their princes, regard their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? And that's exactly what's happening, like in Colorado, how they're taking over apartment buildings. And then, as you're seeing in the news clip, they just pulled up on this Venezuelan dude and shot him in the head. All right? And I've seen other videos where it's just gunfire. So, they're not going to regard anybody. This is going to go down. All right? This is going to go down, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And it's going to start catching the rest of the country on fire, too. Because these people are scattered all over the country, and they've been given certain instructions. Okay? So don't think that this what's happening is just going to be limited to Chicago. No, it's going to hit, other liberal states first. But then eventually it's going to start going into the southern states, like Georgia, Texas, those states where, it's not going to be as much, in my opinion, because Georgia, Texas, and a lot of these other gun-toting states, we just had a shooting today in Texas. They're trying to get rid of these guns and pass strict gun laws because they know that it's going to be difficult for migrants to come here and take over, or the military to come here and take over with all of these guns. But what these people in power don't get is that the more that these particular events happen, the more that these people want to hold on to their guns because they understand what y'all trying to do, what they trying to do. Okay? I want to read verse 10 because it's standing out to me. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. All right? And that's exactly what it is. These Venezuelan people, a lot of them are Jakes too. And they're led as flocks of sheep to a slaughter, not understanding exactly what they're coming into. Thinking that they're coming in for a free pass. No, this devil is about to use y'all up just like they use the Jakes that are over here up. Once y'all serve y'all purpose, y'all stipend's going to run out. Okay? And then it's really going to get bloody. All right? So it says, verse 10 again, behold, my people is led as a flock to a slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. So, our time here is almost up. As things continue to go, we come closer and closer and press closer and closer to the mark. And eventually, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to make a move and get us about this place. All right? So, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra 9, and I'm gonna close on that. 2nd Ezra 9 and 1, it says, he answered me then and said, measure the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told before thee, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he's made. Therefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things in the days that were before, even from the beginning. You see? So we know that we're at the end because we're seeing all of these things that are happening. And these migrants that are coming over here, they're going to stir the pot. And they're going to cause uproars here in America, on top of these food shortages and recalls and the dollar crashing. Hey man, this is a recipe for destruction. Okay? Everything that's happening is a recipe for destruction. And we look forward to that destruction, man, because the closer that we get to the end of this thing, the closer we get to reuniting with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right? So, hey, again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praises going honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruchach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. So next time I can say Shalom.